What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, if you like up-and-coming SoundCloud artists, tap your love box and listen in, because we're inviting in Mr. Manny Mackens. His album's coming soon. Stay tuned, listen up, and enjoy on this episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have to see struggle. I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. I hope that they don't have to see drama. I hope that they don't have to see struggle. I hope that they don't have to hear gunshots. I hope that they don't have to fear sorrow. Now I love my mom, but there's stuff I don't get. Wow.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 79?
79, that's right.
Or is it 79? 79, episode 79 of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. I'm Jared.
I'm Jay.
And we are back and at it again. Man, Jay, how was your week this week?
Man, week was good. Week was very good. It was pretty busy towards the end of this week, but I'm just excited to get this interview in, man. It's been a long time coming.
Same here. Yeah, man, this week was crazy busy. Yeah, it was nuts. I'm just happy that it's Friday, Freaky Friday. It's February, Black History Month, and yes, we have a dope interview. So without further ado, we teased it at the beginning. We're about to introduce you to a rapper from Chicago with an intense emotional flow and a nice young alternative sound. So all of our listeners, Hashtag Blackout fam, please welcome Mr. Manny Mackens. What's up, Manny?
Manny.
What's up, y'all? I'm so honored to be here, man. Honestly, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. I mean, I know you've been showing us some love for I don't know how long, for a long time, but we appreciate you coming on.
Definitely, man. Like, what y'all doing, like, is the future. Like, we don't need no media. We need the independent podcast, you know? It's like, that's the future. So I see a lot, you know, especially with what y'all guys going on, man. You guys are just, like, crazy, man.
I appreciate that.
Yo, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And sorry if y'all hear my dog in the background, but he can't stay quiet. He likes to bark at the pizza guy, which apparently just showed up.
He wants that pizza. That's why.
I guess, yeah. I guess so. Somebody shut the dog up, please. Can somebody shut the dog up? Jeter. Please be quiet, Jeter. Tripping, man. Okay. Well, sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
It's all good.
Hey, Mom, where's my ham sandwich? Nah. Okay. So, yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on the show. Like we said, and like our listeners have heard, we mic checked one of your songs quite a few episodes back. Yeah. A couple of your songs. One song a couple episodes ago, and then the first time, I believe it was back maybe in the summer or the fall. Man, definitely happy. We can finally get an artist on the show that we mic checked and listened to and appreciate their craft, appreciate their music, and we definitely want to get your perspective on your art and on your life. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and tell everybody, a little bit about Manny Mackens and, who you are as a person, who you are as an artist, and what you want to do.
All right. So, yeah, like the intro said, Manny Mackens, I was originally actually born in Orlando, moved to Chicago. That's when I started producing. I was rapping actually in Florida, but I didn't take it that serious until Chicago because this city really exposed me to the industry side of things and kind of just the politics in it. Like I wasn't really aware of politics and music before coming to the big city.
Really?
And just like anybody else would, I was very disgusted by most of it. So I guess, yeah, as an artist, I just basically do what I feel like is actually unique and not something that I feel is just kind of cool, unique, like, like something that I just like, oh, I'm different because I wear red hair. No, something that's like, this is what I experience, this is what I see, this is how I feel. And I come in and I basically do that. I don't try to really think about how other people view it as far as what I'm making. They're like, oh, this is gonna make the club jump or whatever. Mainly, it's just like, of course I listen to feedback. That's why I appreciate y'all so much for the check. But I keep it as notes because I can't, of course, listen to everybody's feedback because then I wouldn't be an artist anymore.
Yeah,
So I basically send it to trustworthy people who are creators themselves, and I respect you guys for creating as well. And I just want to basically strengthen that because a lot of people, I'm 18 already, see a lot of people that going out of high school already giving up on their dreams. Haven't like done anything. You just graduated and you feel like you failed already like enough times. So that's basically what I want to do, and just be the best at it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Wow, man,
yeah. That is dope.
That's very good. That you're 18 and your head is on like that. It's facing. It's a good thing, refreshing thing to hear such a young person speak that way. Because like you say, a lot of times people want to give up. Being so young, they don't know what they want to do, but you have your eyes set and your mind set on a goal, and that's what you're going for. So I like that. Right,
exactly. Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that because growing up, I always been like in the school I was very like awkward, because I moved around a lot in Florida, and so just when you move around a lot, you see a lot of social things and people act alike, and especially moving to Chicago, that huge culture shock. You don't one or two things in a situation where you conform heavily or you just step back and kind of be alone. And I step back and be alone, which is a good thing because I feel like it gave me a little bit more. I mean, of course, I don't know everything yet, but, I feel like comparing myself to other people who have lived in a bubble and decided to just conform to whatever was there, at least I feel like I have like a purpose that I need to explore. Some people don't really have that. So. Right. I'm grateful for it all, and I just that's my motto really, is to just be grateful and give as much as I can. Yeah,
that's for sure. That's dope, man. Thank you very much for that perspective, and thank you for being a young guy that has that type of perspective compared to the young cats that we have coming out that just like to be poppy and what's the word just sort of. What am I trying to say? Assimilate to the way the politics want you to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thank you for creating your own lane. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Definitely appreciate that. So, all right. Well, this is that time of the show where Manny has to dodge these 10 shots to the dome. Paying homage to LL Cool J's 14 shots to the dome.
Yes.
Yes, we have our own little segment here. 10 shots, 10 questions, 10 shots at Manny Mackens. Just some random questions that we've come up with that we are going to ask you. So, Jay, after we fire off them bullets, why don't you go ahead and ask the first question?
All right. Manny Mackens.
If
Manny Mackens could have the starring role in any movie past or present, who would your character be and why?
Starring any movie?
Any movie.
I'll be B-Rabbit from 8 Mile. because that is really the rapper story that everybody wants.
True.
Just, being slept on and coming and taking over. So I'm definitely going to say B-Rabbit from 8 Mile.
B-Rabbit. That's nice. B-Rabbit. That's hilarious. I like it. All right, cool. Let's see here. Okay, my first shot. What would you call your rap style? So we have all kinds of different styles. What would you call your rap style?
Oh, man. Yo, that's crazy. Probably, I'll just say for now, probably experimental. What I do, I know has been done before, and they call experimental. So I just go with experimental.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You had an EP back some time ago called President Mackens.
Yes.
If you won the presidency, what current song by another artist would you want played at your inauguration?
All right. Oh, current song. I'll probably say "All Right" by Kendrick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a good choice. I'd like that. I'd like to hear that played at an inauguration.
Yeah,
Man, that would be dope. I mean, our best chance so far was Obama doing something like that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So
yeah. That song didn't come out when he was first inaugurated.
yeah, I know it wasn't. I wasn't, but that would have been dope if he, had like Tupac or somebody like that
Yeah.
playing Dear Mama.
That would have been fire.
Dear Mama at inauguration.
Dear Mama.
Or if he was playing like Back That Ass Up, you know what I'm saying?
That would have been great. Yeah.
Direct.
Second term.
Yeah. Would have had Michelle on the side twerking.
Man, I mean, could you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine?
I could actually.
She's curvy, so that's nice.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
Yes, exactly. Same. All right, let's see here. Okay, my next shot. All right. I think I lost it. No, I didn't. I have it right here. What achievement are you most proud of, but most people would consider silly or weird?
Well, making 3 EPs that are technically albums. I mean, that's it, man. Like, bro, nobody really does that, especially at this level. I'm not even famous yet, man. Like,
yeah, nice.
That's true.
This is true. Very cool.
All right,
I like it.
Next shot. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Collard greens.
Really?
Man.
Wow.
I love collard greens.
I would not expect that, man. I would not expect anybody young to say that. I wouldn't expect anybody old to say that.
Collard greens are amazing. Vegetables are underrated, man. Like, for real. They're better than meat, actually. In my opinion.
So, do you like turnip greens?
I don't remember having them.
Do you like mustard greens?
Yes, I do.
So you probably like all greens then.
Man.
Dang, but collard greens though.
I need to get on
precious Lord. Man, I don't know. I can't say that. I mean, I've loved them. I have loved them. I have not loved them when I was a kid. But I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But that's dope that you would do that.
That is dope. That was like the best answer we've heard.
Can you talk to my kids and tell them that?
For real, talk to my kids too.
Cause gosh, man. All right. That's dope. Okay, let's see here. My next question. All right. Well, we sort of alluded to this a little bit earlier. So with, and now we see Cardi B, right, on the Bruno Mars song, Dripping with Finesse, so she's trying to become more poppy and, maybe more likable amongst more people than just her regular main Cardi fans. So with her doing that, and if you had to, how would you change your rap style or persona as a rapper to be more mainstream if you had to?
I would probably pull like a Michael Jackson on Thriller and just focus on the music video and the images.
Nice.
Rather than try to change my flow, because I feel like the image, it means a lot when it comes to music. If you have a dope image behind you, especially in the mainstream, like they can associate your verse with that dope image. So I'd focus on the image rather than the actual sound, definitely.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
That's dope.
I like that. All
right. What is the one thing you wish you could eliminate from existence? Could be a person, could be an object, could be, I don't know, whatever you want.
I'll probably eliminate sluts. Just so I can, have a better choice. I don't have to think about, what they're doing behind my back and all that stuff. I can just see a girl, and just, enjoy them without, having them be 20 different people.
Yeah. Oh man,
that's a good answer, man.
Man, we just may have the thing for you, so stay tuned. All right, let's see here. Or the girl for you. Sorry, not thing, but maybe it is a thing. All right, here we go. So, okay, in rap, which coast is the best coast? East, West, Dirty South, or the North?
Midwest.
Maybe Midwest. We'll throw them in there too.
Hey man, Talking to the man from the Midwest.
I guess overall, I'll probably say the South, actually, because they create so much like in the two like. Most of my top 10, my number one favorite rapper LP is not from the South, of course, but like I have more Southern rappers in my top 10. Like I got Big Boy, Luda's up there, you know, Pusha T's up there. So I'll say the South. I have to say the South.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
cool.
Man. Yeah, that's interesting. You say Big Boy. Most people just, I don't know why they just completely push Big Boy to the side and give Andre that, I guess, that title of dope
between the two of them.
Yeah, between the two.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you say Big Boy, because Big Boy he is slept on.
Definitely slept on. Definitely. I mean, no question. You know.
All right, last shot. Are you ready, Manny Mackens?
Yep.
That's your last shot, though. I got mine.
Well, my last shot.
Maybe you should say, maybe you should do your last shot because it's cooler than mine.
Okay, well, go ahead and do your last shot first.
Because I like yours better than mine. Okay. All right, here we go. So, Manny Mackens. Which Mac is better? Mac Miller, Macklemore, or the Big Mac from McDonald's?
Yo, I actually don't like McDonald's at all. So,
okay. They're out.
Macklemore's dope. Mac Miller's dope. I'll say Mac Miller because he was on Prime. That was it.
Okay.
All right. No Macklemore. That's dope. All right, now to the better last shot. There you go, Jay.
Last shot. Let's go. Who would you rather take on a romantic date? A meth addict that looks like late 90s, early 2000s Halle Berry? Or would you rather take the all-new #blackout sexbot 5000 that looks exactly like Jennifer Lopez?
Jennifer Lopez.
Questions.
I like human beings, bro.
So the meth addict it is.
The meth addict, I can't. You would never go see you with no sex body.
Nice.
Hey, they becoming all the rage, man.
Nah, I'm good, man.
Dang, well, hey, man. I mean, you can't go wrong with Halle Berry, though. Like,
no, you can't.
You really can't.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, even if she is a meth addict, yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that was dope. Well, Manny Mackens, thank you for dodging and answering those 10 shots of the dome. We know that if you could change your name to any artist in a movie, you would be B-Rabbit from 8 Mile. You would make some experimental rap and change your style and your music to something similar to Michael Jackson with his music videos and imagery. You would play more Dirty South music. You would be more of a Dirty South rapper like your boy Big Boy, Luda, Pusha T. You would not eat that Big Mac, but you would hang out with Mac Miller while you went out with your girl Halle Berry from the 90s. So yummy. Speaking of yummy, you would eat some collard greens because you don't like Big Macs while making your 3+ EPs that are technically albums. And then you'd go on to run for president, win, and we'd all listen to All Right by K-Dot as you got inaugurated, if that's even a word. So thank you, Manny Mackens.
Yes.
Let's eliminate these sluts from existence, everyone.
That's gonna be on his presidential signs. Eliminate these sluts from the US.
In honor of us, Manny Mackens, I'm gonna need you to write a song called #Eliminate the sluts.
Let's build a wall for these sluts.
And get the sex bots.
Yeah, let me know.
#build a wall for them sluts.
That's all do.
All right, guys. Well, just listen up, stay tuned, because we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor. Hey, are you a boss?
You know it.
Well, do you like boxes?
Come on, man. You know I be tapping them things all the time.
Well, how about trying our new sponsor, Boss Boxes?
BossBox is a monthly gaming subscription box that delivers games, headphones, controller grips, energy drinks, munchies, and products from all your favorite games right to your front door.
You can even get pass boxes if you want them.
So everybody head on over to bossboxes.store for some of the best monthly gaming boxes you can buy.
Use discount code Blackout10 at checkout for 10% off, and for a limited time, use BB20 for an extra 20% off your order. Boss Boxes, the best monthly gaming boxes delivered right to your doorstep. Like a boss.
Balls. Alrighty, welcome back, people. We are about to jump into this interview portion with Manny Mackens. He already gave us a lot of info about himself, so we're gonna dive a little deeper.
No sluts?
No sluts. Not inside the sluts. And not inside any sex robots. Alright, so alright. Let's do this. Alright, so you mentioned earlier that your sound is more of a experimental sound, if you want to call it that. Who would you say, and I know you mentioned LP, who would you say are other musical, inspirations to your sound and how you craft your music?
Well, of course, LP, Cool Keith. Prince, actually, I love the way Prince puts together his instrumentals. Michael Jackson when I was younger. Actually, Lil Wayne, Kanye, Jay-Z, of course. Alice in Chains, System of a Down.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
I try to listen to a variety of music, and it's really just anything that I hear. If I walk down the street and I hear somebody yell a certain phrase, I put it in a chorus.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I can say that I hear that grunge and more rock and more metal style in some of your music. Because I tried to pinpoint like what I was trying to hear in a lot of your music. I listened to a lot of the songs and I was like, well, hold on, it's not just rap. There's some rock in there, there's some metal, there's some grunge. Mixed in, so it's a lot of different things. So that's cool that you listen to all those sounds and try to integrate them into your songs.
Of course, but what is hip hop without the influence from other genres? If you think about it,
exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm not really one for sampling because I don't like to go through all that trouble in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And I was classically trained. But
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Eclectic. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nice.
And I know the first time we had mic checked you, I heard your flow, and then I know you just mentioned Cool Keith, and I had mentioned Cool Keith at that time too. I was like, this dude reminds me a little bit of Cool Keith, and listening to more of your stuff, I started hearing it a little bit more, and then I started thinking back. I know I have Cool Keith or the Dr. Octagonacologist album somewhere around here, and I kind of see those similarities between the two. And I like, there's a couple tracks I think on your SoundCloud page that were interesting. You made like an instrumental, based on your whole day, like from you waking up to going to school, and it's like the instrumental changed like at each segment of whatever part of the day he was at, and he wasn't rapping over it, but I just thought that was cool that you crafted that beat to how you felt during that day. Is that more of how you feel in your music? I don't even know if that made sense, but just thinking about the music, that just caught my ear and it stuck out to me.
That's really dope that you listen to that, because that's not even, I was supposed to make an instrumental project, and I was supposed to make a collaboration project with JT Flame.
Okay.
Shout out to JT Flame. Yeah. It didn't happen because the instrumental project was very about just basic stuff like high school stuff that I would never fully want to be disciplined to write about, because I'm not going to care about it after I get out of high school, and I knew that. Yeah. So I made it minimal on purpose, but yeah, that's how. That song is really how I go about my instrumentals. It's really about just the emotion rather than the technical part of it. And I felt like that idea. There's a couple songs on there like that, but that idea was really me pushing myself to show that emotion through my instrumentation. You know, I don't really see a lot of hip hop producers really do that like that. So
not at all.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people, you know, probably never. That's like one of my least played tracks was those songs. It was supposed to be a whole project, but it just never happened because I wasn't feeling it after. But yeah, man.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What's the next question, Jay? What's the next question?
Next? Well, I guess we could. This one kind of like segues into another topic we had, but you know, speaking about today's generation in hip hop, since you're so young and your style so different, what do you feel about this new class of rappers gaining massive popularity, and they all sound the same? I mean, do you like feel you need to put a tattoo on your face or dye your hair the color of a rainbow or anything like that?
No, because you know what? A lot of people, especially in high school, suggested that I do something like that, you know, crazy stuff. But I have to sit back and realize that it may work for them, but nobody's going to take me serious if I come out here, you know, with that kind of hairstyle because I have Asian, like chingy eyes. So it's not good. I'm going to laugh at myself, and I don't like laughing at myself unless that's intentional. But also, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people aren't really entertained by that kind of stuff, you know? Like,
right.
I want to genuinely entertain people, genuinely connect with people. And when it's just a gimmick, when it's just a laugh or a meme, rather than people that are dedicated to your craft as well as you, like dedicated to your craft as much as you are, that are actually going to buy albums when they don't need to. That's what I really want, you know? People that like that kind of family. So in order to do that, you're gonna have to craft your own lane. So, and I know that, you know, these people that are blowing up, you know, they come in, they, you know, I have to question where their passions are, but that's what they have to figure out themselves. But, you know, it's, for me, it just, if it doesn't feel real, it doesn't feel right. So I'm not, you know, that kind of style. I may mock it a little bit, you know. I like to and experiment with the beats and probably a little bit of their flows, but I'll never make that my whole identity because that's not what my brand's about. You know, at the end of the day, I know I'm selling product, you know, and if I'm going to sell a product that I'm not really proud of, then there's no point of saying that I'm a creator. So, yeah, you know.
That's a good answer. That's an excellent answer, man.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. And yeah, man, there's a lot of people who just conform and change their hair color or, you know, get dreadlocks when they never had dreadlocks before and then change them all kinds of rainbow colors and, you know, tattoo 69 all over their chest.
Of course,
oh, wait.
You know, like rain. So here's a really interesting question, and it's pertaining to this. What happened to Lil Yachty?
What happened to him?
Yeah, I have no clue what happened to him. Like he just fell off the map. Nobody knows what.
He's on a boat, though.
I haven't been keeping up with Lil Yachty. Well, I know that his last album, The Teenage Dream, did really bad because it was too long, and you know, people did not enjoy it.
No,
I don't know. I like Lil Yachty, man. He was very funny. And of course, I didn't think he was like the best rapper ever, but I mean, I never wanted to fall off his boat, man. I wanted to stay afloat, but I guess it has to happen that way, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was just weird because the guy had so many endorsements with like Sprite and Target, and then his album released, and then he's like nowhere to be found nowadays.
But that's, you know what, I think that's very that's a great example of image versus behind the scenes, because, you know, like I took a music business class because that's what, you know, that's what I want to get into, of course. So I want to know like the ins and outs. And, you know, it's very interesting because just because someone has all these endorsements, that's a lot of times that means there's more people that he has to pay back. You know, that's more people that he has to give. So if your music is really just kind of like conformed or whatever, people not streaming it much, people are not buying it, then you can't give that money back. You can't really be that profitable. So what else are you really going to do? So you know, it doesn't always work out that way. Like, sure, Lil Yachty is a bigger artist than LP probably ever was, but in the day, LP, you know, has a net worth of 3 million and owes less people than probably Lil Yachty, and he's living fine. So,
that is true.
You know, that's when I found that out when I took the music business course. I was like, yo, man, so it's not all how it's cracked up to be. You know, maybe I don't have to be a star, but just be successful. You know.
Wow.
Truth, very true, very true. Everybody has their own level of success, you know, when it comes to their own craft. And, you know, even like me back in the day, when I initially started doing voiceover and acting and stuff like that, you know, my initial thought of success was, but because, you know, initially I was just doing it, you know, for free pretty much. So, you know, my initial thought of, okay, this is what will make me successful if I get paid for what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And because in a lot of cases, you know, you have to do X amount of stuff for free or at school or community theater, you know, and may not get paid. So, you know, to constantly get paid for what I do, that was my first level of success. And then it went on from there, et cetera. So, yeah, man. So, you know, everybody has their own different level of success. And, yeah, and, you know, obviously, you know, you continue with your own lane and you don't have to conform like everyone else or be like everyone else, whatever. And, you know, define your own level of success. So,
exactly. Yeah.
Pretty dope. Let's see. All right. Well, speaking of success, so Kendrick Lamar, right? He won like 5 awards at the Grammys this year?
Yeah,
I believe. So let me see here. So Kendrick won Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, Best Video. Let's see here.
Collaboration.
Yeah, he won the Best Rap Song with a collaboration, which was Loyalty, and then the Best Rap Album. So he won all this stuff. So obviously many other people were nominated in all those categories, namely Jay-Z, Tyler, Cardi B, Lil Uzi, etc. So does Kendrick Lamar, to you and to the listeners out there, does Kendrick Lamar winning all these things so much at the Grammys diminish all the other stuff that these other artists have done this past year? Like, does his sweep almost diminish what they did because he was so great?
Definitely not, you know, in my opinion. I think Layla's Wisdom was nominated. In my opinion, you know, an album like Layla's Wisdom or 44 is so culturally impactful, as well as Damn, you know, I'm not taking away from that, but, you know, 444 was and Layla's Wisdom had their own lane, and the Grammys, you know, has disappointed us before. I mean, this is not really a disappointment because Kendrick Lamar's album was dope, but you know, the Grammys are just the Grammys. I mean, people are watching them less. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So I don't think they diminish anything. You know, it's just the Grammys. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Jay-Z's already cemented his name in this hip hop thing, so. It doesn't diminish anything for him. Same thing goes with, I mean, I really don't care for him. Migos, they, you know, they're going to be here for a while now. You know, people going to love them for a long time. Same thing with Rhapsody. I think Rhapsody is one of those names and those artists that people are going to have to get familiar with because, of course, she's not like in the limelight like, you know, like some of the other people like Kendrick or Migos or Jay-Z for instance. You know, I think people are just going to have to get used to seeing her or hearing her. I'm not sure how the nominees are getting voted. I don't know how the winners get voted in or whatever. But, yeah. And Tyler, I thought Tyler's Flower Boy was a dope album.
Yes.
That was a great album.
Incredible.
And I was hoping he would have, I don't know. I was hoping he would have won something, but, you know, it's all good.
I mean, do you think it's sort of like, I mean, I think in a lot of situations it is a popularity contest. But, and you know, in a situation against Tyler or somebody like that, I mean, you know, I think, I don't know. It just seems in this situation, you know, maybe it was more of a popularity contest in some situation. But then again, when Humble came out, if y'all remember when Humble came out, I mean, the world was abuzz. Like everybody wanted to
course.
download it, watch the video. I watched that video like 10 times in a row, I think, just trying to catch everything I missed, and downloaded that album as soon as it, and as soon as it dropped. So and the whole album was great. I mean, we already talked about this in the past show, how he basically made it a story, from beginning, middle, end type of thing. And even if you listen to it backwards, it would also create a story, which apparently wasn't really his intention. Man. So I think that's, I think there was a little bit of that. It's also a little bit of one of these things where, people, have been nominated or they've been in the limelight so much, but they just haven't won type of thing, like Meryl Streep. She was nominated so many times before she actually won something, in her craft. So I think it's part of that as well. But then, when I look back and check out these artists who didn't win, for some of those, they said had like a big skyrocket to stardom, had a big come up, and then, really getting nominated and winning the award is sort of the pinnacle. And the Grammy really for most musicians is like the pinnacle of winning an award, because that's, that is, like that's one of the things that you want to do, I guess, when you start out as an artist, for a lot of artists. So, so like artists like Lil Uzi, and I mean, we already talked about Lil Yachty, how he's sort of disappeared. Like, do you think any of these people who lost, this year, do you think they're going to be able to follow up with another good album, another good EP, whatever, or are any of these people really going to sort of fade and we may not hear from them again? Because there are a lot of one-hit wonders out there, that do well and then they disappear. So, what do y'all think about that?
Wow, honestly, from this one best rap album list, mm-hmm. I honestly don't think anybody's gonna make it again next year.
You don't think? Maybe, I mean, Jay-Z maybe if he puts out something else.
I don't think
that's a maybe, but I doubt it. Maybe it's a big maybe for Kendrick Lamar, only because of this Black Panther soundtrack, and it'll probably be put in a different category. Mm-hmm. That's the only person out of this list. I don't know if Tyler the Creator's coming back with anything.
I don't think.
I don't know about Migos. I'm not sure about Rhapsody.
Yeah. Migos might make it back next year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. They're constantly putting out stuff, constantly being in a feature or something like that. So their name is always going to be out there. Yeah. So yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What do you think about that, Manny? And then even add in Cardi B from what was she? It was Bodak Yellow, so that was Song. And then Uzi's, I don't remember, EXO Tour. I can't remember what he did. I can't pronounce it. Sorry. But yeah, like even add in some of those guys. What do you think about the extra people? Because, maybe some of these people don't put music back out, but what if they do? What do you think? Any of these people coming back next year, or are they sort of going to fade away a little bit?
I think Lil Uzi, I think he might be, it seems, that he has like this hunger about him that makes him want to keep going. Mm-hmm. So it keeps that. And if that is authentic and not just for the cameras, then I think he could probably be nominated, but I don't think he's going to win. Mm-hmm. Cardi B, for a single, might, come back again and win something. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be for an album. I can't see her make an album.
Yeah. Right.
At all. So little extra people. I mean, I hope Cardi B doesn't fade away. I like Cardi B. I like his music to a certain extent, but realistically, I don't see him unless he keeps driving himself. I don't see him just with music alone going to the Grammy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, I know that I saw that Lil Uzi said that he stopped doing Xanax after after he saw that like Lil Pump died or somebody, whoever that was who died, not Lil Pump, Lil Peep. Good Lord, too many Lils out here, dang it. He saw like after he died and some other people being affected by drugs. He said he stopped using Xanax. So I don't know, man. Maybe he won't come back, or maybe just maybe he'll come back a changed man like Chance, because Chance used to do Xanax, and then he got off that May coloring book.
Or maybe he might be like Eminem, and when he gets off drugs, he makes relapse, revival, and recovery.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Maybe he will bring back that type of hot fire.
Wow.
You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of people. What's that? Okay, so how do you pronounce this dude's name? All right. Nominated for, I guess, like the best collab song or whatever. It's number 6, but then it says Lack. Is that Black?
Black.
Oh, okay.
Man.
I don't
Okay.
know. I've heard him before, though.
There's Black. There's Gold Link. Kung Fu Kenny, of course. SZA. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm interested to see if these people start to fade away. You know, I don't think it diminishes anything that those guys do. Yeah. You don't think they'll fade away?
No, SZA, man. I feel bad for saying I hope she'll fade away because I don't want to, you know, put down anybody's success, but I hope she doesn't fade away that she somehow misses my ears. I cannot.
Oh, damn. I thought she wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no, there's just one song called "The Weekend." It was just so cheesy, and just, you know, like I said, man, God gotta, you know, eliminate these sluts, man. I can't, I can't listen to that. I instantly, I was like, no, you know, these teenage girls playing that.
Yeah.
I want to run away. I couldn't do it. So I hope that.
I just got married a couple weeks ago. That was like a part of our wedding playlist, man.
Oh, my bad, man. You know,
I'm just playing. I've been married for 12 years, man.
Oh, okay, good, man. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I gotta be polite. You know, I would have said good luck, but deep inside, like, I would have been like, I don't know, man. You should show something else. Maybe some Stevie Wonder. I don't. You know?
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. That's pretty hilarious. No, we had a bunch of like Bob Marley. We got married down by the beach in Jamaica, man.
Right near the beach, boy.
So anyway, that's funny.
Right, that's good. You know?
Let's hope SZA misses your ears. And come on, man, SZA. Come on, man. Gotta fix that name. Black spelled with the number 6. Come on, man.
That threw me off for the longest time. I wanted to call him like Slack because like 6.
Yeah.
Slack.
I guess it's easier to Google. You know.
Yeah.
Guess so.
I mean,
I guess it's easier to use spell checker too.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just come up with a creative name like Manny Mackens or something. You know.
Or
And
something
There you go. Man.
that at least sounds like a name. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, there's, you know, we got all kind of people out there like Mickey Fax with the Z, you know,
Well,
Yeah, Two
Yeah.
Chains.
MIA, 2 Chains.
2 Chains. It's
I
all
don't-
kinds, man.
I mean, I don't know. I like names that sound. That's why I chose, of course, man. I like names that sound real or just like a little solid. I don't like things that sound like, oh, look, I'm so edgy. You know, I have a Z in my name when it's supposed to be an
Right.
S.
Right.
That's
Man.
my style.
Well, wait till you hear this 2018 XXL freshman list.
Yes. What it look like?
Oh, man,
man.
I glimpsed through it already, man.
So I don't know how accurate this is. I mean, this was like supposedly a leak, and it only lists 10 names. How many usually are on the cover?
That's pretty close, right?
Yeah,
They have like
it's about
10 to 14, I think, is the range.
something like that. But of course, there's people on here I never heard of. I mean, of course, there's Tekashi 6ix9ine. I heard of him. He got dropped from stage diving. So,
Oh yeah, I saw. Like too soon, man. Come on.
yeah, I think twice. I think it happened twice. I just read it again.
That's on purpose now. I mean,
That's
come on.
hilarious.
Wow. Okay, so we
I
got
hope I'm not
Tekashi
what I think.
6ix9ine, Jay Critch, never heard of him.
Never heard,
Dez the Menace, never heard of him.
What?
Trippie Redd, I heard of him.
of him. Yeah.
Good.
Price Honcho, no clue.
What?
Lil Pump, heard of him. Young Tango,
Young.
You know what I just thought about? Young Tango. I just thought about like a little like orange dude, like Donald Trump, like Tang, like
Young.
drinking some Tang juice,
oh,
like a little
yeah.
young Tango.
They need
my
to
bad.
put, the Thought Boy Mob Squad on this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Thought Boy Mob Squad.
That would be dope.
That would be a great name on there. I'd like to see that on the list.
Okay, tell me number 8 really isn't.
Yeah, Bad Baby.
We had
Bad Baby.
Cash Me Outside. How about that?
What's so funny about Bad Baby is that I actually met a fan of Bad Baby, was like obsessed, and like she bought one of Bad Baby's songs on iTunes. It was playing it in the mall. And I was with her at the time because that was my friend's friend, and it was an interesting experience, man. You know, she got that. She has that potential, I guess. I don't know.
Hold on. She was your friend's friend. Was your friend trying to hook you up?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because maybe that's why you came up with that comment earlier, where you trying to get rid of the. And I always jump to conclusions. Sorry, that's my...
It wasn't like that, but
okay.
I just said that to say that Bad Bobby got Baby whatever got friends. So she had some fans, you know.
Wow, but did your friend's friend like act like Bad Baby?
No, from our interaction, no.
Okay, see that was the thing I'm afraid of, that she's going to influence like a whole generation of young girls to want to act like her, you know. But yeah, that's my beef with her. I mean, and of course she can't really rap. I don't know what she does, but yeah. Anyway, let's move it on.
Oh,
Number 9, we got someone named Quality, spelled QUA/LIT/E.
Quality.
So, yeah, we're getting creative with the names. And of course, the last one, Rich Chigga, also known as Rich Brian. Now he's changed his name. So, yeah, they're your 10 final XXL freshmen
maybe
for 2018.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I mean, the problem with these rappers is that, you know, the way they structure their songs, they're not meant for ciphers. So how is that gonna like work out?
I don't know.
I mean, can you just imagine? Like right now, I'm trying to see. Oh well, the few that I know from this list, right? I'm trying to see them all in a room doing a cipher. DJ in the background bumping his head. Can you imagine when B-Had Behaby comes on there?
Oh Lord.
Jeez. Like what is she gonna? What's she gonna rap about? Dr. Phil?
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
You know what I think is gonna happen? She's gonna reference "Catch Me Outside."
Oh, she will.
She probably will. Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna make it viral again.
That it will. It will.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had a lot of fun with "Catch Me Outside." How about that? So, I
didn't have fun with it. I mean,
I thought it was hilarious, but I thought it was hilarious how everybody like took to it and it became a thing. And you know, obviously there was memes and little video snippets and all kinds of other stuff that came from it. Like her as a person, whatever.
Yeah.
But just the whole, I don't know how they made it into a remix.
Yeah,
I thought was funny.
That was cool. That's why I like memes, because I like the music that comes after it.
Yes, yes, indeed. But yeah, I'm trying to hear her, you know, hand it off to like Lil Pump, who hands it off to like Trippie Redd or Des or Quality. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some, consistently, quality, sound from this, and going over the course of time, maybe we'll get some artists from this, that we actually enjoy, and we'll have some kind of success. But I don't know.
What's bad about this is that last year they had some rappers that were like lyrical, or I guess a little bit more, I guess, creative. Like X was there, Dave East was there, Herbert was. I think that was last year.
Yeah.
Right? And had the others, and then now it just seems like it's all just like meme internet. There's no variety this year, and that's what I'm really.
Right.
If it's a list, though,
Yeah, I was trying to find where was Joyner Lucas at.
Exactly.
He should have been on here. I don't know. Maybe they just looking for something super new, but I don't know, man. These lists are these lists are somewhat trash. Although I am curious to see what Rich Chigger's gonna do. You know, his album came out today, if I'm not mistaken, and you know, it was surprisingly. I'm not gonna say it was terrible. It was something to get used to, I guess. Yeah, but you know, he has some clever bars, some interesting bars.
Yeah.
Say one of them. I want to
entertaining. I should say. I can't quote anything from him.
See, that's the problem.
But it's just his look. Like the first time I seen him was the video for. It was called Dat Stick, and it was just weird because you look at him and you kind of judge him based on his look because he's there. He has a polo shirt, a pink polo shirt, buttoned all the way to the top, some khaki shorts, and a fanny pack. And then he starts to speak, and his voice is deeper than mine, and I'm like twice his age, you know. And he's just this little Asian kid. So that was interesting to me. I think he has I don't know. I ain't gonna say he has like star power or potential, but he's definitely somebody I keep an eye on. I check him if I see something about him. I'll check for him just to see what it sounds like because it's just a curiosity thing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sleep on Rich Chigga, man. He's coming up.
Yeah, Rich Chigga boy. He's yeah. All right. Well.
Wow. Cash me outside. All right. So did we ask the GOAT question yet?
We did not.
Okay. So we already sent this over to Manny Mackens, and you know we'll go ahead and ask it right now. So I heard this from another podcast I like to listen to, EMA Radio, which is a pretty dope podcast, and they talk about hip hop, and you know current hip hop news all the time. Well, this is a question they had, a few episodes back that I just sort of want to ask you. I mean, we already talked about, Kendrick, Jay-Z, all the artists that you listen to. We talked about this XXL freshman list, and will we ever hear anything from any of these people, or will they ever become good? But there's one thing when you become good, and what is that? Transcend good, transcend great. When they call you the GOAT. Greatest of all time. There's the Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe debate. There's the Jay-Z versus Biggie versus Tupac versus Eminem versus, 10 other people debate. Kendrick's now in the mix. So if you become a GOAT, say it's like your first album you put out and it's like the dopest thing, you hit hard, you become a GOAT off of one project. Or multiple projects over the course of time, and then you put out more stuff that may not be as goatish. We already mentioned Eminem, by the way. Does that GOAT moniker, does that GOAT title help you or hurt you? After you become the GOAT.
Does it help? That's interesting. I think it can help you, and this is the reason why I say this is because it doesn't help you or artists, in my personal opinion, for someone like me. But I guess for the core fans, I guess it does help that they're getting something because you have something that's dope, that's impactful. People will follow you. I mean, look at like an Eminem position. I mean, he hasn't had a dope album, arguably since like Eminem. But people are buying like a revival like it's the Eminem show simply because of the memory that they have, like the edges. So I guess it helps in that sense. But for me, no. I mean, whack is whack, dope is dope, it's all my opinion. So I guess it would hurt them, honestly. For someone like me, I guess somebody who's more like, I guess not objective, of course, because opinion is not objective, but that's more like, not loyal to one artist, I would say. But it might help, their pockets, they have a strong fan base. So
right. That's true. Yeah, that's a good question. It's like I'm split down the middle with yes and no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. Well, helping, of course, like Manny said, core fan base, they'll always support you, of course. And there's something that you said about the whole, first album getting, a person or an artist getting labeled gold after the first album. I think they need to get some time and some projects under their belt before anybody could say that. It's like the whole classic album argument. Some people giving classic albums to, like, somebody gave Damn a classic album review. Many people gave Damn that classic album status when
instant classic.
Yeah, it just came out. I'm like, let the album breathe. I don't even listen to it anymore. I got it the first day, banged it a week, and it's like now it's just it's just to me.
I listened to some of the songs. But so would you consider Snoop a GOAT? Snoop Dogg?
No.
Nah. Okay. It depends of what you're comparing them to. I guess in that kind of like party-ish like thing, or like West Coast. Actually, no. Huh.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, many people would, though. Many people would, just because he was a part of putting the West Coast on the map. He himself, I mean, more people sang his songs than some of those other West Coast rapper songs that he blew up with at the same time. Even though obviously Dr. Dre and Easy and and Ice Cube, they all had great songs at the same time too. But if you go back to somebody like Kendrick Lamar, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What was his first album? Was it Good Kid, Mad City? Was that like the first?
I guess you could call it kind of call it the first album. But before that, he had Section 80, and before that, he had Overly Dedicated. I think it was.
Yeah. So would you?
Of course. Yeah.
I was gonna say, would you call any of his first album or two a classic album, or did he not turn classic until Good Kid, Mad City came out?
I mean, it's tough to say because it's subjective thing. Everybody has their own opinion.
Just your opinion. Your opinion.
I thought his Section 80 album was dope. I had that album. I didn't have Overly Dedicated. I didn't hear it. But I have Section 80. I liked it, and I still like it to this day. Is it a classic? Yeah, I guess I can consider it. I don't know. It's tough for me to say. I'll say.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't listened to Overly Dedicated or Section 80, which I should listen to that. I listened to Good Kid, Mad City. I've listened to Pimp a Butterfly, and of course, Damn. I would say To Pimp a Butterfly is a classic. Other than that, no, I wouldn't say Damn is a classic at all, actually. Well, I think Good Kid, Mad City has the potential to be one. I just need like a little bit more time, but To Pimp a Butterfly was just, I think for me, hands down, a classic. Not instantly, but now that I'm looking back at it, it's definitely a classic for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I think it really depends on the artist, depends on the rapper. Because some people would say "Get Rich or Die Trying" by 50 was like a classic album, and some people wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's all subjective. But then there's a lot of people who would put 50 in the GOAT category, when a lot of other people be like, "What?" So I mean, it's all subjective. But then again, I guess it really comes down to this. When you put out some amazing music, you put out some fire music, and then it really hits. Like this year with Kendrick's, Damn, or like with Kanye's College Dropout, or The Chronic back in the day, Illmatic. A lot of those albums came out and they blew up, and they became albums that you go back to and you could still listen to like one or two songs from those albums, years down the road and still love it, and then maybe I'm going to go back and play that album. So I think when you put out projects like that are so amazing, maybe they don't call you a GOAT, but maybe they just call you like one of the best of the time, or maybe you're just extremely popular because you put out some good music at the time, and you follow up with a dud, or you follow up with an okay album. Yeah, definitely that hurts you because they're like, oh, We thought you was the one. It's just like when Michael Jordan left the Bulls and came back and went to the Wizards. They're like, uh-oh, Jordan's about to bring a title to the Wizards. And uh-oh, he did not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
But then again, in some situations, it could help you because on a similar comparison, LeBron, he left Cleveland and they thought he was one of the greatest players in the game, but he went to Miami and won a couple titles, and then, he's the GOAT. And so now he's back in Cleveland. He's won a title with them, but he's also lost a couple with them since he's gone back. And people are now questioning him. So it's helped him and hurt him at the same time. So people like Eminem, we go back, we listen to his old stuff that was considered classic and amazing. People called him like the best rapper of all time. Then he put out Revival, and we hear a lot of crickets. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z is one of those guys who put out some great music. He put out some duds. Then he came back with 444. You know what I'm saying? So
what about Nas too?
Exactly.
Nas is, I can't remember his last great album that people still talk about. People still talk about Illmatic. Still talk about It Was Written.
This is actually an interesting thing about with Nas. I think Nas is a dope rapper, but I personally think that he's overrated. I'm not a big fan of Illmatic. I think Illmatic's, of course, dope, but I don't think it's like, quintessential of what hip hop is. That's just, Nas for me is not my cup of tea, actually. He's dope though, but
he's just one of those guys that he's a dope lyricist. And this has been, I guess, noted, all over message boards and stuff, and all over the internet blogs and whatnot. He's just a terrible beat picker. I could hear that. He's very, very terrible beat picker, but he has like some albums that have a small number of really dope songs that I want to go back and listen to, but not a whole project. But people still put him up there with the greats, some of the greats that ever do it. So, it's weird that, I don't know. There's a lot of them out there.
It's
same thing. And, I don't really want to bring this up, but I guess I got to. Biggie, love Biggie's albums, even though he only put out 2. People want to put him in like their top 5, and I'm trying to wrap my head around that idea. It's, I don't know, it's just it's weird. Unfortunately, he had an untimely demise, but I don't know, is that something that I guess that people makes? Let me rewind that. I'm trying to phrase this question, because there's so many thoughts going through my mind. So he died, and then people automatically want to put him in their top 5. So is that the reason why? It's like a sympathy type thing? I would love to see if he was still around.
That's a good question.
If he still put out more albums after that, I honestly can't put him in my top 5 or my top 10 for that matter.
Honestly, I don't think it's sympathy. I think it's just more of just relevance. Like he even said it. You're not somebody until somebody kills you or something like that. True. He became more of a celebrity now that he's dead, and now he's like this god, figure. And I guess him and Pac's death was very symbolic. So
right, that's true.
I wouldn't put Biggie in his top 5, my top 5 personally, but I would definitely say that. I'll be dumb to not say that he was impactful, but but I don't know. He, like you said, he doesn't have enough material out to be in my top 5. Actually, not his fault, of course, but
of course, but
it's that is. I don't think it's sympathy though. I think it's more that he's more of a celebrity now that he's dead.
Yeah, that is true.
Does the same thing go with Pac, or does Pac have enough music out?
Pac was dead and albums were still coming out, And
that dude living on the beach with Elvis, dog. Come on. Man. They all live on the same island.
His name will, I guess, forever, reign in the hip hop world. Not as the GOAT or anything like that. I mean, he wasn't like the greatest lyricist, but he was a very, I guess, he made you feel what he was feeling through his music. I'll put it like that. Similar to Kendrick Lamar. I mean, Kendrick Lamar isn't the greatest lyricist, and this was something that was brought up on the internet like a couple weeks ago. You know, he's not a top tier lyricist. Maybe today he is in this climate of little rappers, but overall spectrum of guys that are doing it underground and who have done it and are still active, I don't think he is. But he has a way of putting together words and his flow and song structure that make people feel it. It's easily digestible, but it's quality work, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I agree with that. I mean, you know, I think we have to consider who's picking these GOAT titles, you know, when we're on the internet or talking. You know, a lot of people, they're not looking at music as, okay, GOAT, quality. Are they the best lyricist, flow, da-da-da. It's mostly like, okay, GOAT, I felt this way when I heard this song.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And so I guess in that case, maybe Kendrick is to a lot of people because his music is definitely like a movie a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in that respect, yeah, I mean, he's definitely not one of the best lyricists that I've ever heard. I mean, especially, you know, you listen to the like old Def Jux records or old Redman, even some nowadays Redman, you know, records or Wu-Tang records. These guys will blow them out of the water. But I mean, I guess if your emotions work differently and you connect to what Kendrick is talking about, then I guess they'll be greatest of all time. Though I wouldn't go. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but you know,
no.
Yeah. I mean, I think a greatest of all time list definitely needs to be like a multi-person list, not necessarily a ranking all the time, but you know, definitely a multi-person, you know, a multi-person list where you're actually, you know, talking about more people in the same category. You know what I'm saying? Instead of one person greatest of all time, because like we say, that's too subjective. I mean, you could go back to every genre of rap, every genre of you know, R&B, every genre of basketball, football, baseball, every different position, you know. Yeah. I mean, and just say, you can go to toys and say, you know, the toys of the 80s were better than toys of the 90s and 2000. You know what I'm saying? So I think it should be more of, you know, what are the better, who is the best, who are the best in this category. Like if you had a Mount Rushmore, if you had like the NBA used to have like 50 greatest of all time list, you know, that they put out, and they had, you know, those players. Like if you did something like that, I definitely think he would be in that, you know, that top 20 type of thing, you know, rather than the one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's subjective.
Yeah.
Wow. What do the people think? What do the people think about this? I want to know. Answer us right now. All right. Well, Manny, did you have any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Any topics?
Anything I want to talk about? No, but I would want to say this, man. What you guys think? Because I remember when you guys mic checked the Thought Boy Mob Squad. You know, we have to bring that up.
Yeah.
I don't know who responded, but I put in the comment section that actually one of the rappers, I go by the name of Lil Young Chopper in the Thought Boy Mod Squad, you know, was me. So I wanted to know, like, when you guys found that out, what was your reaction to it?
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. Because, and I think initially when we heard it, we were like, what? I thought it was cool. It was gold because it was funny. And I didn't know whether or not to like take it super seriously. But at that time it was funny. But then you said y'all were just joking on the mic and clowning around. You know, so then it, you know, I was like, all right, that's cool. You know, it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious. Yeah.
No, it's funny because, you know, I feel like, you know, if you listen, did you guys listen to all the Trap Cancers, by the way?
I listened to a lot of it, man. It was a whole lot.
Yeah, at that time I did.
That's funny.
It's all we were trying to make fun of every genre of hip hop act. You know, because it's cool. We made fun of course, trap music. We wanted to make fun of conscious rap, you know, rock rap, you know, alternative. Just make fun of it, and you know, I used to do that because I enjoy freestyling. I used to do that when like for writer's block. You know, you'd put a beat on and just intentionally be bad.
Dope, man. That's a good way to do it.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah.
That's hilarious, man.
Exactly. It would work because, you know, I feel like, you know, Michael Jackson, and I quote Michael Jackson, you know, Michael Jackson is one of the best, like one of my idols with his music, you know, is that he said a lot of times the artist gets in the way of the music. You have music, you know, write itself. And so when I'm in that position of, oh, what can I do? It's not good enough. You have to, I have to feel like I have to throw down my guard, you know what I mean? And just find any type of way so I don't take myself that seriously and just, you know, write about how I feel and detail that as much as possible. So, you know, that's the way to do it. So, yeah, just another, you know, Thought Boy Mod Squad, you know, Mind of Manny Mackens February 14th, but, you know, Thought Boy Mod Squad shout out. That's all I really got to say, you know.
Here we go. Social. That's the best one.
That was great. That was great.
I had to play that.
If a Tribe Called Quest actually heard that, they would actually be like, man, we should have put him on the remix, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That would have been great as a video. I'm just telling you.
I would love to see that as an actual video. That would be dope. So yeah, if you want to hear that, go to soundcloud.com/the-og-mob-squad or just look up the Thought Boy Mob Squad. And yeah, listen to all 3/3, not just the final third. Listen to all 3/3.
They tell a story, man. We were talking about classics. All of them are instant classics, man. So y'all gotta check them out.
I think, and you know what? We know that Mind of Manny Mackens is coming out on February 14th, and we didn't even really ask you about it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that project, what it's going to sound like, and just a little bit about it, and then we're going to get into our questions that make you go,
Okay, all right. So definitely, Mind of Manny Mackens. You know, if anybody's been catching up, you know, I know some people have been, very few, but you know, I have a project called Manny Mackens, and that was basically a story about my rap persona versus my actual self. And President Mackens was, of course, me playing the role of a president, you know, through like some imaginary story, and it's like a narrative based off of that, and it's a little bit more philosophical. But this one, what I feel like makes this different, at least in the projects that I have out right now, is this one is no gimmicks. You know, it's just straight up, you know, about stuff I see, stuff that I feel, and that from the lyrical standpoint, that's really what it's about. So you got to it's more straightforward, it's less metaphorical, and I guess it's a little bit more clear. You know, there's some humor in it, of course, because I'm not going to sit here like, you know, act like my life is really terrible, because to be frank, it's really not. But there's some stuff that I feel like a lot of people can relate to, and that I put it down because it's really about me. And from a sonic standpoint or sound standpoint, I should really say, you know, the beats are much more simple, laid back than the other ones. The production, of course, because I'm growing as an artist, is definitely much more clear and sharp. I feel, my personal opinion, I feel like it's from a rapping standpoint, it sounds less like a character and more like an actual human being, which I think is going to attract a lot of people to the project. And yeah, it's basically what I gotta say about it, man. Like, I think people are gonna really enjoy it. You know, I hope so.
Dope.
That's dope,
yeah,
man.
We'll definitely be checking for it on February 14th.
Yes,
Valentine's
indeed.
Day.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And where will we be able to find that? Will it just be on SoundCloud, or will it be somewhere else?
It'll just be on SoundCloud. This is actually my last SoundCloud project. After this, I'm going to promote other in other avenues, other ways. But yeah, this is just gonna be on SoundCloud. It might be on other things depending on it. But you have to follow my social media. Twitter at Manny Mackens, Snapchat at @chop'em_Suey, and Instagram Manny Mackens _. Follow me on that. But for right now, I just have it on SoundCloud. It's hard doing everything by yourself. So yeah.
Nice. That's dope. Yeah, that's where you can find it. That's pretty dope. All right, cool. Well, let's see here. Question that make you go So Jay, did you have a question to make you go this week?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Might get into a super long discussion. Should I ask it?
Well, why not?
All right.
Why not?
Well, So, being the parent of 2 kids, 2 biracial or triracial kids.
Dang, yeah, that's true.
Triracial kids.
Triracial.
And it's Black History Month. I'm just curious, and this is advice for me, from everybody out there listening. How would you approach delivering, Black History facts to a 5-year-old and 7-year-old triracial kid?
I cannot relate to being a father, but I am biracial, Black and Asian.
Okay.
So how I would like it to be presented was actually just have it be natural. I would want somebody to come up to me and be, a little bit more objective and make it more empowering instead of something that's to cry over. Instead of saying instead of focusing on white people did this, but make it be proud to be Black.
Right.
The positives of being Black. Why is it great to be Black without forcing it? That's how I be told, and that's how my mom raised me, and I'm very grateful for that.
All right.
That's dope.
That's some good advice.
Yeah. Good advice. I mean, same here. I'm a dad of biracial kids, so it's interesting because I talked to you about this earlier in the week, Jay, when we sort of had this discussion at work. I remember asking my kids a few weeks back on Martin Luther King Day, if they knew why they were out. And I've already had this discussion with them, in previous MLK days, but, they're kids. They forget stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I asked them again, and they basically gave me a better history of MLK Day than I was going to give them. It's
That's
interesting. Awesome. I guess my son's now 10. He just turned 10. So basically he was 9 and a 7-year-old. And yeah, I mean, their teachers at this school in, one of the whitest states in the country actually did a pretty darn good job of educating them. And I know there's some of the stuff that they remember from me telling them because we had a discussion about that. But I mean, they got facts right. They got locations and names right. It was quite amazing. So in some cases, it's sort of like one of those things like ask them what they think, ask them what they know, or maybe even stage it, when you're talking, maybe even stage a question is, have you heard of this? Have you heard of that? Have you heard of Underground Railroad? Have you heard of, who the first Black president was, even though he was also biracial, by the way, but people call him Black. So yeah, man, I think, a lot of how Manny said it, feeling empowered, then also, asking them, because maybe they know, maybe they don't know, I think, and obviously the support from the missus. You know.
Oh yeah, and she's been doing a hell of a job with them. You know, we had like a discussion last night, and the cool thing about my kids, man, and I guess all kids around that age, man, they're super innocent. They really don't know.
Oh yeah,
and my kids, they really don't know anything about race or color. You know, we were talking. I guess we kind of talked about, you know, at some point in your life, you're gonna have to go somewhere where you're gonna have to check these boxes off as to what race you are. And they're like, race, and they're like, yeah, so you're gonna have to check like 3 different boxes. You're gonna have to check the black one, the Asian one, and the Caucasian one.
Yeah,
you know, so they are completely, I guess, innocent of all that. They really don't know. They really don't see color. They just see other kids, you know, because they have a white grandfather, an Asian grandmother, and 2 other black grandparents. So
yeah,
you know, it's you know, we're doing it in baby steps, I guess you could say.
You know, so, it's very interesting. You bring up the or you both of you guys brought up the biracial stuff and seeing a lot of variety of cultures. You know, moving to Chicago, I don't know if you guys know this, but Chicago is a very segregated city.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a very segregated city. You know, South Side is mostly black. I mean, I live in Hyde Park. The South Side is supposed to be diverse, but race is a big issue here because it's so segregated. You know, there's a Latino part. You know, there's a lot of white people here, and here it's not like when I was back in Florida when I was young. Because I moved here just for high school. So when I came here, and a lot of people like being black was such a big thing, and I remember feeling when I had my hair shorter. Because now people can definitely tell I have black in me because I have an afro, but you know, hair shorter. You know, I feel like, you know, a lot of people were not necessarily judging me, but they weren't treating me the same as when I had my afro. You know, when I had my afro, it was like a little more cool for it. You know, because I was like black and fitting in, and also that I rapped too. So it was like, you know, seeing that, like how, you know, especially going to high school, how race actually affects, you know, people's mentality. And even before I even came to Chicago, you know, seeing a lot of racial things being young, but being biracial at the same time, it's a little bit, it was harder for me a little bit to kind of relate to people on a racial level. You know what I mean? Because,
right.
You know, that, so I found this topic very interesting, you know, and you know, that for that reason alone, you know, and that's be proud of all the cultures, really, you know.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
It's relevant, you know. Black History Month is relevant, so just be proud of all of it, you know, and don't let people, you know, say like, "Oh, you're this, you're that." It's just unnecessary separation. You know, we're all human, you know. So that's really how I go about it, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Good answers. Well, Jay, I guess you and I have some. You and I have some information and some fodder and some advice, really, on you know, how we should continually talk to our kids.
Yeah,
and
introduce
this to our
kids. It's gonna be definitely gonna be a learning experience for, I guess, all of us, how to approach it. You know, so yeah, gotta go. That's
through perfect episode to bring it up, huh? You know.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, indeed. All right, well, guys, now is the time where Jay cues that careless whisper. George Michael.
Just play it in your head, man.
Yes. Can you hear that vibe? Can you feel that 1980s careless whisper vibe? Oh, yeah.
I can.
I can, too. All right, well, this is the time where he cues that music, and we ask you to tap your love box. So reach over. If you're listening on SoundCloud, hit that love box, that heart. If you're listening on iTunes, just give us a little review and say you tapped your love box. Go to our Instagram, Twitter page, whatever. Hit a post. Tap our love box. And also tap Manny's love box as we talk to you about these love boxes. So if you're as excited as the entire elementary school class or the entire elementary school that found out that they got tickets to go see Black Panther, tap your love box.
If you're going to end this Valentine's Day by busting all types of nuts with the Mind of Manny Mackens playing in the background,
oh, skeet.
tap your love box.
I'm tapping, man. I mean, he took mine, man. I have to. I guess if you're gonna follow Manny Mackens on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, tap your love box.
There you go.
Dope. Let's see here. If you know what you're wearing to Black Panther, the dashiki,
I do.
fist up, Black Panther t-shirt, kente cloth, tap your love box.
I'm tapping right now. Man. If your kids, or if you ever had your kids roast you so bad that you didn't even know what to say or how to respond, tap your love box. Because they did it to me. It was pretty bad.
If you ever ate collard greens so much that you almost passed out, tap your love box right now.
What?
That's a lot of greens.
I heard of the meat sleeps, but I never heard of the collard green sleeps before.
Oh, you need that. You sleeping on collard greens, right?
But I heard about the itis. You know, when you got that itis, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh man. How your mom cook it? She cook it with some bacon in there or some?
My mom
some kind
doesn't
of
really
meat?
cook it. My grandma does. Hey, he really.
How does she?
Right.
Oh man. Dang. It's like I could smell my grandmother's house now.
Same here. Dang. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some collard greens this weekend now just because you said that. All right. Well, if you're interested to hear Behad Baby's cipher, the XXL freshman list coming up, tap your love box.
I'm not tapping. I'm hitting, man. I'm excited for that.
Jeez.
I'm hitting my love box right now.
Wow.
If you think Whoa Vicky should have been right on the side of Bad Baby
Whoa Vicky
in that XXL freshman list, tap your love box.
Yeah, I'm black. Yeah, I glowed up. Yeah, I'm gonna name my son Tyrone. You want me to spell it? Tryone. Tyrone. Wow.
If you think the Top Boy Mod Squad should be in the XXL freshman cypher, tap your box.
That would be gold.
That would actually be hilarious. I really want to see that.
Be dope.
Y'all sleeping on the Top Boy Mob Squad. If you don't know, you got to listen to it. It's hilarious. Let's see here. Tap your love box if you go out of your way to talk to another dude at the urinal in the restroom. If you're just that outgoing, you know. Some people just want to talk.
All right.
Tap your love box if you go out your way to talk to somebody in the next stall when you taking a crap in the other one.
Dong Sayade.
Dong Sayade.
Taking a
Hey, yo,
duke.
I don't do that. Hey, yo, tap your love box if you see a fine girl walk in the bathroom. You gotta talk to her, so you wait outside the bathroom for hours to talk to her.
He said hours.
Did she know you? She was watching you when you walked in there.
I don't know what happened, man. I think I missed it. It was a crowded bathroom, you know.
He said Howard.
Wow. She must have been real fine.
Must have felt it. Man. Wow.
If you ever walked into work, happy as can be, speaking to everybody, and you realize that smell you were smelling was actually your breath because you forgot to brush your teeth, tap your love box.
Wow. Tap your love box if you ever talked to a hot girl, got them digits, and you had hot breath at the same time.
Ooh, that's some true game for you.
Tapping right now. You know what I do?
Yeah.
I just don't look in her eyes. You know, I talk on the side.
Yeah. That's how you do it, man. You got a mask. Mask on. You know what I'm saying? Mask on. Wow. Tap your love box if you want to go to Olive Garden and try some of their new Italian nachos.
No, if I'm
Okay.
that, you know.
Olive Garden, Italian
I'll
nachos.
tap it. You know, whatever. You know. You only live once, you know.
Right?
I tried that. Yeah, I tried that.
I'll try it. Yo. Alright, I got one. Tap your love box if you ever ironed your clothes on Snapchat while your pants were on your bed. So I'm beating my love box right now.
Oh,
You know?
Whoa.
I don't know about beating that love box. Come on, man. Come on.
I know some of y'all have to be beating that love box. It's Valentine's.
Beat
Tap
your.
your love box if you beating your love box right now. You know?
Wow. Ladies,
Dang.
gonna turn on that
Beat
clam
your-
cam. You know what I'm saying?
And then beat your love.
Find out about that love box getting beat. Tap your love box if you think jellyfish get gas from eating jelly beans.
What?
That's a good question, bro. Like Socrates wouldn't even think of that, yo. I'm tapping right now.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yo,
It's,
tap your love box if you ever fell asleep meditating and then you like had a dream that a demon was standing right by your bedroom door.
whoa.
Oh.
That took a turn.
Good song. Sounds like it's gonna be on Mind of Manny Mackens.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
that is in the mind of Manny Mackens.
Tap your love box if you think a stupid person could be a smart ass.
I'm tapping right now. I've seen a lot of that. Seen a lot of that, yeah. Oh man.
If you think XX Tentacion is better than Tupac, like he claims to be, tap your love box.
Oh man, come on, man.
I mean, I don't know. X is from Florida, bro.
Yeah, that's right. He is.
Represent, man. I have to, tap that love box, man. Represent. Kodak better than Wayne. Let's get it, man. All that.
Whoa.
I'm playing. No, tapping my love box. That was a fake tap, right?
Oh man.
All right.
Wow.
Tap your love box if you ever was sitting in class and the teacher liked you just because you kept your eyes open. You're not paying attention at all. You just maintain like good eye contact.
Wow.
Mhm.
So that means everybody else must have been asleep in class.
Was it asleep
Dang.
on their phone? I don't look when I'm in class. I turn my phone off because I realize that if they like you, they'll be easy on you.
Wow.
Mhm.
Doing that before the robots come in the classroom, and they don't have to be on
Yeah.
you. So
That's hilarious.
True. Wow.
Tap your love box if you would take the hashtag Blackout 5000 sex robot that looks like Jennifer Lopez over Halle Berry from the 90s.
no, man.
Wow. Man.
I'm sorry, man. My
I mean-
love box is sacred.
I mean, hey, you just have to turn her on for a date, then turn her off. And then you off on your own again.
And then you do whatever you want to do at the end of that day.
You don't have to wait outside the restroom for
Not
hours.
for 2 hours.
Right,
unless she malfunctions while she's on pee.
Oh man, yo. Alright. Tap your love box if you ever felt your love box while reading a yearbook or looking at your yearbook.
Tap.
Exactly.
Oh,
Wow.
man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the yearbook, man, that's the only reason why I like the yearbook. I didn't even want my yearbook, but hey, look, I had to, hit that love box, to my yearbook because it has to be useful.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for a book. Like, come on, I could have took pictures of my friends, and just, but
Wow. Wow.
You're-
Dang. It's like
Wow.
your parents gonna come looking through their yearbook years later and pages stuck together and
right?
I'm a,
wow.
Like, what happened to this book?
it's all sticky. But hey,
Man.
Dang.
Tap your yearbook. Tap your yearbook. I got that messed up. Tap your love box if you think hummingbirds hum because they don't know the words.
I don't know.
Come on, people.
I don't think they do that, bro. I think they hum because that's how they caress they ladies,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Tap the love box if you ever hum to caress a lady.
Man.
Yeah. I tell.
Yes, it is
I
worked.
hummed a lot. I said, Yo, This is a good one because this actually happened to me recently. After the love box, if you ever saw this girl, but like, you know, the girl was so fine and you never had a conversation with her, but she's so fine that you slid up on a Snapchat and you said, yo, I'm gonna marry you and I'm gonna take you to Paris. If you ever done that, tap your love box because I did that recently.
Dang.
What did she say though?
She said, I love Paris. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm somebody's love box, you know, in Paris, you know. Bonjour. You know?
That's pretty dope. That, hey, you know.
That's wild.
Box guys, if that happened, man, slide in them Snapchat DMs. You know what I'm saying?
Slide in them. Slide in them and slide in that love box.
I actually knew her from high school, but I never had a full conversation with her until I said, you know what? You're so fine, I want to marry you. That's why I said you gotta be outrageous. Tap your love box if you're outrageous. Like me.
Yes. That's confidence right there. I love it, man. I love it.
That's some great confidence.
I love it.
Wow.
Love it. Yeah.
Look,
man.
Jay.
Right. Well,
one more.
Are you ready to get at it? You got one more?
Yes.
Go for it.
Tap your love box if you want to eliminate all the sluts but keep all the thoughts.
Bam. Hence the Thought Boy Mob Squad.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm hitting that love box right now.
So.
Oh man, that was so great,
man. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and Manny Mackens, thank you very much for being on the show. We definitely appreciate this. It's been a long time coming. We definitely can't wait to have you back again, especially sometime after that Mind of Manny Mackens drop. So why don't you go ahead before we get out of here, tell the people where we can find you, and then Jay is gonna lead us about this piece.
Yo, you can find me on Instagram, Manny Mackens _ on Twitter at Manny Mackens, at Manny Mackens, on Snapchat, Chop _Suey, and make sure that if you are a lovely lady, just know I'm sliding up and we getting married and we going to Tokyo this time.
Hey.
Paris to Tokyo.
That would be the longest flight ever, dog.
Man.
I'm just saying.
I got other people on the way too, so you know what? I'm just gonna. I got a lot of weddings to go to, so you know, don't be mad if I'm late to yours.
Nice. That's dope.
All right.
That's dope.
All right. Twitter, Instagram, #BlackoutPod, Snapchat at #Bot, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud. Email us topics at #BlackoutPod@gmail.com. Hit us up on the Google voicemail 3853-BLAKPC. That's 3853-252-2572. Don't forget to go to bossboxes.store. Put in the code Blackout10 to get 10% off your boss box.
Like a boss.
Like a boss. And don't forget to check out that Mind of Manny Mackens February 14th.
Yeah.
Play it for your sweetheart on Valentine's Day. Then tap her love box at the end of the night.
Yeah, hit that love box, man.
Hit that love box. Beat that love box.
Beat that love box.
See all the love in it, you know?
Oh my God. All right.
And not just because it's a yearbook either. The real person, I tell you, they're real. To me. To me they are. Some days. All right.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Well, guys, on that note, we're blacking out.
We blacking out.
Right now. Backing out. It is.
Macking out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now she wants to put a studio in my bedroom. I'm not mad at all. I'm just confused about what really is the truth. Why did you do all the stuff you did? Why did you make that switch? Why did he not take me serious when I was rapping with the other kids that I grew up with? But now we live in a place with poetry nerds, and all of a sudden I'm your great lyricist. Why'd you get mad when I asked about living with dad? You guilt-tripped me into living with you. I could have avoided the culture of thugs at this rate, because I don't think they fight here, mama, they shoot. And I don't know whether they fake or not, but I wouldn't take any chances in this place, would you? I'm not saying anything to the kids in the park all laugh like. 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 The kids